Because there's still a lot of decks that I vaguely want to try. Maybe not Ancient Box. There was that, like, Petulant Dark box, which seems kind of fun with Okidogi EX in them. It's kind of overshadowed by Roaring Moon EX right now, but... I wouldn't mind playing Regidrago V-Star. I think the deck is still insane, obviously, but I already played so much of it previous to this meta that I'm kind of moved past it for now. Iron Bundle. Rough start. I randomly do run into Chen Pao from time to time, but we've seen Iron Bundle in a lot of decks to try to force switches to get around Flutter mains and things like that. Now, Hyper Blower only activates when Iron Bundle's on the bench, so for now, this is stranded. Artisan. Artisan, you only really see in, like, Gardevoir decks, right? Maybe they're running Future Box, and the Artisan is to help them find the Miraidon? It's kind of cute. Ironically, Mew EX and Duskull doesn't tell my opponent too much about what deck I'm running, because people will splash, like, 1/1 Duskull lines into a lot of random stuff. Okay, so it is a Lost Zone deck. But how do you get the Iron Bundle out of the active? Gonna waste a Switch card, eh? I suppose it's not a waste. I heard some rumors that Giratina V-Star is actually quite strong right now. If players are getting scared that Regidrago V-Star is going to get countered too much, then they might ease up on the deck a bit. There's Shuppet. We go for Rare Candy, Dusknoir. Do that. I can go for Artisan to find another Duskull. And go for Iono. I don't think it's worth it for me to try to just go for Enveloping Shadow, because if my opponent has Colress, they can still attack with Cramorant. Artisan lets them get Cramorant. Yeah, PokéStop is the play. Brutal. Yeah, I just gotta chill. If my opponent uses Hyper Blower, I'll give him a Duskull, but I gotta keep this Shuppet up. Because I didn't get a Shuppet into play turn 1, I wasn't able to evolve into Banette EX there and just immediately start the item lock, which is what you need to do versus Lost Zone. Now my opponent's gotten a couple reps of Comfey. It's kind of not worth anymore. I might be able to slow them down, but my ticket is going to be just a big Dusknoir combo. Fire. So it is Radiant Charizard, so this might be a fully single prize version. What the hell does this guy do again? Hassle. You can use this card only if your opponent was knocked out. Look at the top 8 cards of your deck, put 3 of them into your hand. I guess that does work out in the late game where your deck is very thin. But now that Cramorant is set up, you see, it becomes a big issue for me. I think I want to actually just Poltergeist to knock out this Cramorant. So I have to attach energy first. I can't risk the PokéStop first before I Ultra Ball because I need my other Banette EX. So I'm just going to kick this Banette. And yeah, it's whatever with the counter catcher. I could use Dusknoir to knock this out. And if they aren't running double Cramorant, although they should, just take 2 knockouts here. Okay, that's a little bit better. And now I'll PokéStop, look for some rare candies, some Night Stretchers. Just a super rod. I can Dusknoir here. Knock out the Cramorant. Use Super Rod to put the Dusknoir and the Duskull back in the deck. Buddy Poffin. Get that Duskull back into play. I guess I should Earthen Vessel. Just get more Psychic Energy out of the deck that I don't really need. Maybe just attach to Mew EX for the sake of it. And I'll go for Everlasting Darkness here. My opponent currently has 4 cards in the Lost Zone. And they're going to need to play Colress if they want to get up to 7. No, Colress only puts them at a 6. They can't play Super Rod to get Cramorant back. I haven't taken enough prizes to enable Radiant Charizard yet. They have another Cramorant. They can attach an energy to Comfey and then retreat it. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I've got to give him a Duskull. If they take 2 prizes with Mew, then I can't do a Duskull combo to win the game. Because what I'm thinking right now is Evolve Duskull and Dusklops. Oh, they didn't have the energy to retreat. Damn. All those cards and no energy to attach retreat. That's the big threat of this Banette deck, is if you're running a bunch of small Pokemon like that, you're under the threat of them just popping off with Dusknoir, going pop, pop, attack your active with Poltergeist or something, and just... It's not that they take a bunch of prizes in one turn, it's that they literally remove every single Pokemon you have in play all at once, and you lose automatically when that happens. Either they just donk you, is like the slang term for it. Yeah, I actually do want to go first, don't I, with this deck? Because I'm an evolution deck, technically. Or they just take your entire board away. Oh, mirror match. So the Ursaluna in the active doesn't matter. I'm technically favored because I get to item lock first, and with item lock, I can keep my opponent from playing Rare Candy. Although my opponent could land the Enveloping Shadow. Damn. Alright, we gotta throw down the Radiant Alakazam. Ultra Ball to get rid of Dusknoir. And 1 Night Stretcher. So I can grab my Shuppet. I want to grab Mew. No, we gotta grab Shuppet. This is an absolutely dreadful start, but I'll take it. 2 Buddy Poffin in the prizes. So getting, like, Duskulls in play is going to be difficult. That's good that my opponent Ionos me this turn. Opens me up to see even more cards. I wonder how you're supposed to play the mirror. I don't think Poltergeist is very reliable. Having Bloodmoon stuck in the active is just so awful for me. If my opponent hits Enveloping Shadow, like, Ursaluna is 100% just stuck. My opponent putting 3 Shuppets in play is a little bit weird. Their Duskulls must be prized. Can't play the Prime Catcher. I just have to wait 26 turns for Ursaluna EX to go down, so then I can actually promote and do things. If they don't have the means to get Banette EX, then if they missed Enveloping Shadow, then I can maybe leap out ahead in this game. Because my opponent's bench locked, so they can't do any sort of Radiant Alakazam shenanigans while Ursaluna EX is stuck in the active. That's interesting they go for that. I think I would rather just Curse Blast the Banette and threaten to just knock it out with double Curse Blast. Because what's so sick about this deck is going for Curse Blast and then Night Stretcher to get Dusknoir back and then Rare Candy or Duskull back into Dusknoir and use another Curse Blast, that kind of thing. I'm very excited about no Banette EX. If Enveloping Shadow is Tails, then we're good to go. Tails, tails, tails. No! Oh my god, that's brutal. I'm not running Penny to, like, scoop this up. Or Professor Turos or anything. And with Radiant Alakazam, I just actually lose. I'll wait one more turn to see if they get Banette EX or not. Because they don't have any card draw. And PokéStop didn't hit an Ultra Ball. I don't think they have a Banette EX in the discard, do they? No, that was a Dusknoir. I'm playing this turn on the specific chance that my opponent doesn't hit Banette EX. And then also doesn't hit heads on Enveloping Shadow so I can actually play. And then I think we win from there. Because Enveloping Shadow is a 50-50 whether or not you get the item lock versus Everlasting Darkness, which always gives you the item lock. But this is where things get really sus, is with the Radiant Alakazam. I'm slowly getting prize cards as well. Discarding a Duskull, really? I thought for certain they'd put another Duskull. Are they thinking about a Poltergeist here? Do they have it? A lot of thinning. So they're out of Duskull. Or they're just thinning the hand down and they have a Mew EX they want to use to draw 3. Yeah. So they whiffed on Banette EX again. Please fail your Enveloping Shadow. Tails. Okay. We're in business, chat. Got Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Grab a couple Duskulls. I've got Prime Catcher. I guess bringing up the Radiant Alakazam is my best bet. I would need Night Stretcher. To get my Radiant Alakazam back. I've got one board space for it. So we'll Ultra Ball for Dusknoir. Then go for a PokéStop. Still looking for Night Stretcher. Rare Candy. Okay, okay. These Duskull haven't been in play for more than one turn, obviously. All right, bring up Radiant Alakazam. Now I can... My opponent could have Counter Catcher. So I need to put some energy on the Bloodmoon, because this will eventually be able to attack as I take more prizes. Yes, we go for Everlasting Darkness. It's weird how I'm ahead in the prize race now. My opponent has no Duskull in play, so they have no prize threat. Painful Spoons just puts that damage over onto Mew. Radiant Alakazam is still stuck. PokéStop can get me Night Stretcher, so I can put my own Radiant Alakazam in play and just basically do the same thing they were doing to me, to them. Very, very fortunate that they whiffed on the Banette EX twice like that. So I've got Rare Candy Dusknoir, Rare Candy Dusknoir. PokéStop for Night Stretcher for Radiant Alakazam. Oh, Super Rod. Super Rod lets me put Alakazam back in the deck. I'll put another Dusknoir in the deck too. And then I can Nest Ball for my Alakazam. Then I'll Rare Candy to evolve here. Rare Candy to evolve there. I could have probably popped my Dusknoirs this turn and then did Super Rod and got the Radiant Alakazam, but I actually want to keep my opponent completely locked of being able to do any sort of Duskull plays. And now I'm just going to set up for a multi-prize turn. I just have to put 50 here and 30 here and we win. And my opponent literally can't do anything now. Well, that's not true. They have to draw a Banette EX and also 2 Psychic Energy to retreat this Radiant Alakazam. So I'm on a 3-turn clock to win. I have to do one more rep onto Mew. It's important to remember that Painful Spoons, the 2 damage counters you move have to go onto the same Pokemon. I can't split it up and do 10 and 10. Iono's fine. I already evolved my Dusknoirs. Everything I need to win is already in play. And without the ability to play items, yeah, my opponent's completely cooked. Oh, wait. So now Painful Spoons to move the damage off of this. So now Mew EX goes down to Curse Blast. And then in 2 more turns, Squawkabilly will also go down to Curse Blast. They have to concede. There's literally nothing they can do. Checkmate. Oh my god. I think this deck is very underrated, but the mirror match is miserable.